I know I'm not a kid in this situation, so we'll get there in a second. But if they offered me, I don't care if it's the scariest, most frightening experience of my life, haunted house. At the end of the day, if I knew it wasn't nefarious, which clearly this guy isn't killing the kids, we've established that would change the game.
Yeah.
What? And as a reward, they're like, hey, we're gonna give you a chance. We're gonna wipe all your debt clean. We're gonna pay your mortgage. We're gonna pay everything off. You better fucking believe your ass. I'll be kissing their toes. Like, oh, that is so nice of you. Thank you.
You know
Can
what?
you please present your dick so I can suck that as well? This is so great.
I would tie a rope around my kid's waist and just send him in like that.
What's up, everybody? Revival House, Riverman, Aaron. Today, we are doing something special. We are starting the Tales from the Darkside series. So it's been a long while since we've tackled anthology horror. I know in the past, it's been a few years. But in the past, we've tackled various episodes of Tales from the Crypt. We've done plenty of episodes of Twilight Zone. We've done a few episodes of Are You Afraid of the Dark? All of those I would like to get back to. We've never touched this one. And I know this one's really big for Todd and me. We've talked about it our whole lives. It was a huge staple growing up on Sci-Fi Channel in syndication all the time.
Yeah.
And so, with those other series I mentioned, we would just cherry pick episodes that we liked or whatever. This one, I kind of regret that. I kind of feel like the way to go might be to just kind of go in order whenever. I'm not saying we're going to do these every week, but like the next time we get to it, we'll do the next up to bat, and just kind of, it'll be easy to keep track of them, or else I'm going to make Todd keep a spreadsheet because I don't even remember doing certain movies, man. I don't remember what I ate for breakfast. So I can't imagine having to keep track of 100 episodes of which one we didn't do of this. Right. So yeah. And I want to welcome everybody to, again, we stream these live on Wednesdays, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and on Fridays, 10:30 p.m. Central Time. So you can join us and chat along with our friends here today. Look, Dr. Giggles himself says Tales is the best. So we're looking forward to getting in that. If you could take any of the infamous Revival House stories that have ever been told and write some kind of loose sequel, what would it be? It would definitely, I mean, I'd be, come on, man. First of all, it's too easy to say the shit story. Like,
yeah,
well, the sequel,
Dr.
it would
Sleep
be,
stories
it would,
too.
or the return, like it's the sequel I made up on my head where I go back to the scene of the crime and I put right what once went wrong. But I would inject like Sam Beckett. I want Sam Beckett to leap into my body when I was that age. And Ziggy comes down. Ziggy says, and Al says, Sam, I think you're here to make sure this kid doesn't shit all over the basement and ruin this friendship. And there's a whole backstory. It's like, because if they stay friends, Sam, there's a 84.2% that he becomes president. Because I literally lost a friendship over that. So it would have been interesting to maybe do a sequel to that.
Sam jumps in when you're blowing up your underwear, dude.
Oh
Sam
boy.
leaps in, dude. Oh boy.
No. Sam would have to leap into the moment when I was cleaning up the shit with the ham puppet from Toy Story, the hand puppet. Anybody remember, if anybody's old enough, when Toy Story came out, Burger King had a promotion where you could buy the hand puppets for $5. You could never do that today because they were quality. I had a giant Woody. You could buy the pig and you put his hand in it, little puppet, etc., etc. And he had one of those lying in his bathroom. I don't know why, because he had toys all over his floor and whatever. And I grabbed that thing, I put my hand up its ass, and I started trying to like wipe the shit up off the porcelain. I was just smearing it everywhere, and I just defiled this Ham the pig. Not only was he covered in fecal matter,
Oh, so
he had
it was the pig from
it was the pig.
Story.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was the pig. And he also had pubes all over him because he had pubes all over his toilet because it was him and two brothers that shared this bathroom in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
It was gross. His older brother was like college age. It was gross. And I'm looking at my hand in disgust with a pig around it, and it's got pubes and shit. And I'm like, I have
to. That's nasty, dude.
Okay.
I don't think some people are ready for this story.
All right. So that's just an example of what you can get when you tune in live. You can ask questions that lead to stories like that. Otherwise, you can watch the videos afterwards. They go up the week after in edited form. But we are going to go ahead and get started. Todd has been so kind to link these for everybody to watch in the description below. So hopefully, you guys can take a minute to get up. You've got anybody in the live chat. Hopefully, you've got them pulled up.
Yeah, the one's a YouTube link and one's a, what's the other link? The
Daily Motion or
Daily
Daily
Motion
Mail.
or
I don't
something, I don't
Daily
know.
Mail, that's whatever. It's something. They're there and
Yeah,
they're valid,
yeah.
right? So we're gonna go ahead and get going. We are watching the episode one, season one, Trick or Treat. Todd, why don't you give a little backstory really quick about Tales from the Dark Side? It was created or co-created by George Romero, right?
Yeah, so it was created by Romero, and this is pretty much coming off of Creep Show. I think Creep Show was like, what, 81, 82. This is 83. He came up with a concept to come up would do more anthologies. I'm guessing because Creep Show was such a hit that he wanted to do some more. So he uh he decided to come up with a pilot and direct, or not direct, but he wrote the pilot of this. And this is directed by Balaban, which you'll know
Mhm.
him from Seinfeld. He is the episode
Babu.
he works at NBC. He's the NBC guy with glasses, remember? George
The guy that
staring
yeah,
at,
like
yeah, his
yeah, yeah.
his daughter's boobs, yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
So, yeah, that's the guy who directed this episode.
Interesting.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and roll, guys. We're gonna go in three, two, one, play. So this intro, it's burned in my
Oh, it's
brain.
great. It's so creepy, man, and I remember laying on the couch. It was always on the Sci-Fi Channel, and once this popped on, man, it just the tone gave you the creeps. Romero, I guess he actually he wrote the this little intro. I mean, he didn't write the music or anything, but he came up with this, and I don't know, it's very effective
Tales
in my opinion.
from
I like it.
Darkside. Yeah, that guy, dude, his creepy, creepy voice, man. Like Dr. Giggles being a kid up way too late, 1 o'clock in the morning. That dude comes on with a creepy voice, nightmare time.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And it's so funny because you take away the music and there's nothing creepy about it at all. It's just like a random shots of farm, plains. It's nothing. It's
Mhm.
just the music and the voice. And it's so insanely simple. And it's just classic where it just goes negative.
Mhm.
It was, I don't know. I always remember it being way creepier than it is. After watching the set to prepare, I'm like, it's really not that creepy. It's just the way it was when I was a
It
kid. I
really
guess it did.
depends on what episodes you watch too. I mean, these first 2 episodes are very creepy. You gotta know that they had no budget with this, you know?
I'm talking about the intro though.
Oh, the intro. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, the intro's not the music's creepy and I can
I'm
see where
saying like it was so impressionable on me as a kid. You know, Dr. Giggles, you summed it up perfectly. Just so many memories of staying up way too late in the basement on a summer night and watching Sci-Fi Channel. And in here, yeah, it was creepy. So it's just about what it represents. But yeah, as an adult, I'm like, it's just a couple of shots of trees with a simple little melody and then a creepy voice. But sometimes that's all you need.
yeah.
So set us up here. This at first, I'm like, when I was watching this, I'm like, wait a second, am I watching the right episode? This has nothing to do with Halloween, trick or treat. Because the first scene here is like, what's going on here? This
Mr.
guy's.
Bindle, Mr. Bundle, and, Gideon Hackles. They're doing accounting,
Mhm,
and he's basically you can tell that he's like the Mr. Scrooge of the group,
mhm.
and, all he cares about is money, and he does whatever he
That'll
can
be
to make
4 cents for a coffee.
Yep, yeah,
Not up. I count every penny.
yeah. So, yeah, it'll open up with these guys. Yeah, he charges the other accountants for coffee, which is ridiculous. He does anything. He saved his first penny here. I mean, he's that obsessed with money. So this episode kind of revolves around greed and
He's hugging the money. You can't be any more on the nose. He's like,
rich preying on the poor. Pretty much, this guy
yeah.
pretty much preys on the poor. He lends out, his goods for IOUs, and he basically takes these people hostage with the IOUs and makes them pretty much do whatever give up their farms, their land.
but he does questionable stuff. There for a minute, it's like I don't know what's going on. I don't know where they're going with the story, for a bit, and there's, like, questionable stuff about, like, "Oh, no, I know what you do to kids at your house. I'm not letting my kid go over there." I'm like, what are they
Well,
in
he also
referring
has a fascination with Halloween, so he's
I know,
obsessed with
but it
Halloween.
takes a minute to really, like, clear that up. It's kind of odd.
Yeah.
I think this episode is so disjointed. I don't know. I gotta be honest, I don't like it.
Really, you don't like it?
I don't get it. I'm like, "Okay, so we have this guy, he's stingy, I get it." Um, he's a Mr. Scrooge McDuck,
Yeah.
and I get that these people are in debt to him, but I just I don't understand. I don't buy it. I don't buy the Halloween thing.
He has a
I don't get
fascination with scaring children for some
he gets
reason.
yeah, he gets his rocks off of scaring kids, but I'm
Mhm.
telling you, they paint it in a more sinister light sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, what I was waiting for something more. Like, I'm not saying I want him to, like, PDF file be a
Yeah.
PDF file,
Yeah.
but is he a kid killer? Is he like a Freddy Kr like, what is he doing? Because it seemed like he was really trying to lure these kids in, like, oh, like those like, did the kids go missing? Like, what happens? And he just likes to scare them. And, he does it on the basis of, "Hey, come inside, and if you could find my secret money or stash, right, it's yours,"
Well,
right?
yeah,
Is that
if you could find the IOUs, then you
you're
can
cleared of your debt.
clear your debt. Yeah, absolutely. It's over. And these
I
families actually just try to send their kids in there because they're such up to their head in debt, which, they will do anything to get their debt cleared by them.
I mean, including your kid getting scared. But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't seem like it's that bad. But at first they set it up like it's super nefarious. And I'm like, these parents are really bad people because like they're actually going to send their kids into this guy who I think they're almost kind of setting up to be a child exploiter killer,
Yeah.
even worse. But then like when they kind of I just kept thinking it was going to be more. And I'm like, oh, he just likes to scare kids. Like
Well, yeah,
that's
you gotta think this is a 20-minute episode. It's not like, they can really get that in depth into all of this.
then why did they get crazier, Todd? We start introducing witches and then all of a sudden
I
at the end
uh,
it turns into Lords of Salem out of nowhere at the end, and it doesn't make any damn sense.
and I totally understand, and they actually had a budget in this one, which is crazy because a lot of these, they have no budget, and I don't
Mhm.
know why they did that, but, I kinda dig it, man. I mean, I don't hate it as much as you do. I enjoy this episode. I don't love it, but I
I don't
enjoy
know
it.
if I hate it. Hate's a strong word. I don't hate anything that's 22 minutes.
Yeah,
I'll
I
just
mean,
put it
it
out
flies
there.
by, yeah.
I could tolerate anything at 22 minutes. So yeah, so this is, kind of our main guy, arguably, because this kid is gonna be the one that wins the whole thing, spoiler alert, right? He
Yeah,
finds the money. Well, kinda, and but he's got all these morals, right? Because the kid wants to.
yeah. The kid
He's like,
wants to, but the
he's
father doesn't
honorable. He's
wanna.
like, I wanna help my family," and, the dad's like, "No, for
He
no
doesn't
amount of
wanna
money,
pimp
you
him
take."
out, no. He
It's
doesn't wanna
like, "Take
exploit
the
him.
farm." Well, that's why I'm saying they set it up like it's super nefarious because we have this guy that's on and he's get the moral high ground, like, "Take the farm. You're not taking my kid," type of thing.
But the other
It
people are willing to do it.
which makes it seem
Mhm.
worse than it is, like, "Oh, man," and I don't know. I just don't understand it because if it just came if I knew for a fact this guy wasn't on the registry and he was just, like, scaring kids, I'd be like, "Son, you are gonna go in there every night to try and find those IOUs, or
Well
I'm gonna spank you."
that's what the second dad did. He came in here with the kid and basically said that I've been beating him up, for the past few weeks to get him ready to get in there. But, yeah, I don't know, man. It's,
Get
where is he from? He
uh,
has been in some other shit.
he looks like John Cougar Mellencamp on a after a bender, doesn't he?
The guy that
After a
just
long
opened the
weekend in
door?
Vegas, dude.
Oh, no, that's the guy from A League of Their Own. Remember the father of the
I
ugly
don't.
girl? Remember have you ever seen that
I
movie?
Yeah, I saw it a lot back in the day when it was on syndication all the time. I don't remember the bit characters.
Okay.
This used to be a playground. I just remember that Madonna song, dude.
Yeah.
Take the farm. You're not
Madonna
taking my
has
boy.
she has, like, 2 or 3 songs I enjoy, but the rest of them are terrible.
Dr. Giggles fighting me on this. It is bad because he likes to mentally torment kids and his parents.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's not bad, but, obviously he's using what he gives them as leverage, and that's bad. But I'm just saying it's just as a kid, he's setting up an awesome haunted house. I mean, that's
Mhm,
awesome. I would love to go to haunted houses as I'm a
mhm.
kid. Like, "Hey, come to my haunted attraction." And I like the idea of getting scared and going to haunted attractions, right? I pay money to do it, but you don't have to pay him money, and there's a prize to be won?
Yeah.
I just don't see how it's the worst thing in the world. I mean, if my
Well,
kid
but
really
you
didn't
don't know
wanna
you're
do it.
sending your kids in there for that what they're gonna do and what
That's what I
he's
said.
gonna
I
do
said,
to
"If
them.
I told you, 'Hey, don't make me look like a villain.'" I
Yeah.
said, "If I knew for a fact he wasn't on the registry and I knew what his game was, yeah, it's not that bad." But they paint it like he's nefarious, like, what is going on with these kids, you know?
Even if you
Um,
didn't know what his game was, I still wouldn't probably send my kid in there unless he was old enough to defend himself.
but that you're defeating the purpose because why would he have to defend himself? Because you said, if I knew there was nothing nefarious and you just like to scare, I wouldn't send him in because he could defend himself. Because that means you already say you still have doubt. No,
You're always gonna have doubt
no, well,
regardless.
then don't send your fucking kids because I wouldn't either. I'm saying if hypothetically you knew for a fact he was Mr. Rogers and he just liked to scare kids, if you knew, no, it is gospel, then it's not that bad. But if you have a shadow of a doubt, yeah, of course not. I would never do that. I mean, it's weird. It's weird. I mean, like there's inherently going to be doubt here because it's a creepy old man that wants your kids to come over and he wants to mess with them. I mean, you don't know. I'm just saying hypothetically, if you knew for a fact everything was fine,
Yeah, so he hides the IOUs up in his fireplace chimney
it's
here,
like Grandpa Joe, man. Okay, what? Yeah, in the fireplace.
and, now he's pretty much setting up the haunted house, getting it ready for the kids to come by, and this is kinda dumb how he has, like, all the levers and everything. He, like, pulls levers down, and you don't hear a sound. It's just like, I don't know, just kinda weird.
So it another thing. This is all fantasy like because we don't live in a world where this guy's entire life can be fulfilled by this. Like I have all this money, I have no family, I'm a Scrooge McDuck, but I literally work so I can scare these kids and have these levers and have this Pee Wee's Playhouse looking stuff all over the place. I don't know. Like I feel like it's just impossible in real life. There would be more motive to this. You wouldn't have this guy looking through this like looking glass and whatever, he would be jacking off too. You know what I mean? Like usually people are more nefarious. Like there's no guy that would just do this.
I mean, I thought this was kinda scary when I was younger. I mean, the witch in general looks creepy. I
Yeah,
think it looks really creepy
it
with
kind
the
of looks cheesy,
devil.
but as
No,
a
I
kid,
don't
I
think
could see it.
so. I think it still looks good, man.
The
Um,
owl's creepy. You know why? Because my grandmother on my dad's side had an obsession with owls. They were all over her house. She had a really old, musty house, and owls everywhere. She had owl lamps, like the base of the lamps were owl statues, and just all over the place. And I'd be laying in her dark basement where we slept, and just owls be staring at you, like you could still see like the eyes or whatever. And I really hate owls, man. Really.
Dr. Giggles hit it the nail on the head. This is what Romero's going for here.
If Romero doing social commentary on the rich preying on the poor, oh sorry, it is, and no one wins the prize. It's a rigged game. I mean, yeah, I guess if you paint it like that, it's pretty cool. But I don't know. I still don't. I don't really get the end. To be honest with you, I don't get it. Like
He goes to
who
hell.
I
See,
no shit.
just
That's on the nose.
just
They
because
literally
you
have a
don't
devil. They literally have like a guy in a devil costume. I get
that's
that,
of
but
course you don't like Hellraiser 2. You don't wanna see what hell looks like. Hell looks
that's
like a bunch of sheets hanging on the wall and a fake devil standing there
and like a Hank Hill devil costume.
and
Trick
hands
or
coming
treat,
through the
trick or
sheets.
treat. And I'm sorry, a pretty piss poor looking witch that looks like she jumped off
I
of a look, it
Wizard of
looks
Oz wish? I
cool,
think it looks
but it
cool,
looks like a
dude.
Halloween store witch. It looks like someone did her makeup. She doesn't look like a real witch. I don't think real witches would look like that. Like she looks, you know what I mean? I don't know, but my question is, I get it. He goes to hell. He's paying for what he did. Is the witch supposed to symbolize the Grim Reaper? Did he die? Did he have a heart attack off screen? Is he dead? Why is he going? He's amongst the living. Why does he go into a closet
Well,
and it's
he
hell?
he goes into hell, and the witch gives all his money away to everybody and his IOUs.
Look, listen, Kamala, you didn't answer my question. You jumped right over it. I said, I get that he went to hell. When did he die?
I
Why he's alive, he's torturing kids, and then all of a sudden a witch comes, and then he goes to a door, and it's like the hell and the sheets and stuff.
the will, the witch obviously put some sort of curse on him or something. I don't know, or the house. Who
That
knows?
look, that's exactly my point.
Yeah,
Is it's a little bit disorienting. I think it would have been, you know what I mean? Like, so is the witch symbolizing like the Grim Reaper, and did he have a stroke? And it's like because the witch is the one that shows herself first. But since when does the Grim Reaper give kids money? Since when does she ever give reparations and help somebody out? You know what I mean? Like it's just a weird energy. And if they're from hell, why is the hell helping people out? I don't understand it. If I was the devil, I would take the money too. I'd take his pretty soul
I don't
and I would take
know.
the loot.
Maybe they're just trying to find a good silver lining and like, oh, I feel better now. The kid has all his money and all the IOUs are paid.
Hmm.
All the debt is paid. I don't know.
I don't know. It's a witch with a conscience, and I don't like it.
I think it's a
I don't like
creepy witch. I don't. Doctor Giggles. What do you think? You think it's pretty creepy? Oh, I guess she
I
hasn't
like it.
popped up yet.
No, not yet. I was wondering if I had missed something. And that looks like John Cougar Mellencamp. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah,
Like a drunk John Cougar.
yeah. So you
But
better get those IOUs.
I guess to be fair, he doesn't spend his whole life doing this because it's probably just Halloween time. He probably just like look forward to it. But why would he? If he's got all the money, I'd be like, I'm doing this every night of the week, every year,
Yeah,
all year long. You need to get your kids Halloween costumes, and they're gonna come by. Because why? Well, because he's the only kid that's dressing up, right? Do the other kids dress up?
yeah. The other kid's dressed up. He
Why?
does this with
So
all the kids on
he
Halloween.
must only do it on Halloween night.
Yeah,
Is this just Halloween night?
yeah. This is just Halloween night. This is his.
That's not that bad then. Why is it so bad? Once a year? Hey, look, I'm gonna give you a chance to just we'll get rid of all your debt. Your kid can come in here to my haunted house. If he finds the money, he wins. Once a year?
That's why he let some. That's why some kids actually went. Some parents wanted them to.
I don't think it's that bad. I mean, I think he's doing him a favor.
Yeah,
Dude, if
it's like our kids paying off your debt, man. I don't know if
dude,
I could.
dude, if somebody said on Halloween night they're gonna give me an opportunity to go do a haunted house. I don't care if it was a scary okay, I know I'm not a kid in this situation, so we'll get there in a second. But if they offered me, I don't care if it's the scariest, most frightening experience of my life, haunted house. At the end of the day, if I knew it wasn't nefarious, which clearly this guy isn't killing the kids, we've established that would change the game.
Yeah.
What and as a reward, they're like, "Hey, we're gonna give you a chance. We're gonna wipe all your debt clean. We're gonna pay your mortgage. We're gonna pay everything off." You better fucking believe your ass. I'll be kissing their toes. Like, oh, that is so nice of you. Thank you.
You know
Can you
what?
please present your dick so I can suck that as well?
I
This is so
I
great.
would tie a rope around my kid's waist and just send him in like that. Because then you can always pull the rope if you think he's getting hurt or screaming.
Todd, I would pull their pants down from the waist and I would fillet them for giving me that opportunity. Are you kidding me?
Ugh. All right.
You'd have to look at your kid and be like, all right, so here's the thing. Daddy's in a
Oh,
lot of debt.
here's the house taking over.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting. Like the bear, they showed like the bear was alive, right? Ever.
Mhm.
I don't know, man. That witch looks like Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I think it's creepy.
I mean, it looks cool, but it looks it. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like that Roseanne episode, like the Halloween episode, and Roseanne's dressed like a witch. It just looks like a sitcom Halloween episode. It's okay. She's got a real big schnoz, though. I tell you
Oh
what.
yeah, look at that chin too. I I thought it was creepy when I was a kid.
Yeah, as a
I
kid, for
still think
sure.
it is
It's
creepy, but that must be the kid in me talking.
I was the smoke. That's totally like what's it called? Are You Afraid of the
And
Dark?
she starts
Are,
floating.
look at that look she's getting. She kind of looks like now where are you? Wolfie's just fine, honey. Like, she had that it almost kinda looked like her when she was giving that side profile. I mean, yeah, that'd be creepy, dude. If I open the door and there's a person in a witch costume, that see, she looks creepy right there.
Yeah.
She looks a little creepy right there in the air. But, yeah, I mean, you get a witch that's levitating in front of me, that's different.
She opens up a portal to hell. I mean, come on.
So I didn't know I don't know, it's just like Wizard of Oz, like, they just that kinda witch isn't scary to me.
I always thought the Wizard of Oz witch was scary.
I thought the blue monkeys were scary.
See, those didn't bother me.
Well, okay, so, yeah, I mean, now watching it a second time, I get it. The witch come I guess I just don't understand the logic of, "Hey, we're gonna come take you when you're living." I wish they would have, like there should have been something more cerebral going on, like, I would have liked to have seen him wake up from his nap and this happen. Like, maybe he's, like,
I didn't know
napping.
that.
No, what if he was, like,
You know that
napping and then he hears
Scarecrow is voiced by Tim Curry.
in this?
Yeah,
Was that in the
pirate. Yeah,
wait, oh, that was the credits?
yeah. That was yeah.
He also played Captain Hook and Peter Pan and the Pirates, the Fox Kids, TV show. Remember that? Fox Kids
Mhm.
cartoon?
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I didn't know that. But what I'm saying is I think they would've had a cool moment. Like, what if, when the witch came to the door, he wasn't, like, creeping out in his little looking eye what if he was, like, taking a nap? What if he was, like, kicking back in his chair, and then he hears the knock at the door, and it wakes him up, and whatever, and then we could at least have the discussion of, maybe he died. He was sleeping, and his heart gave out, and then, like, the second he woke up was death come knocking, right?
This
Like,
this is even better psychological.
it's like Jamie Kennedy on
That's
the Jamie
creep
Kennedy
that's a
Experience,
creepy
dude.
Satan, dude.
A Jamie Kennedy Experience, dude.
I
He's, like,
I think
punking
it's a
it.
creepy looking Satan, and those ghouls, I like them.
I'm a sucker for red light,
Yeah,
and he dude, I don't know. That looks he's got some DSLs, though.
looks like
He kinda looks
Dorian mask, dude.
yeah, kinda like a Dorian mask with a little bit of that, Tim Curry full circle red devil and black horns and,
Mhm.
legend. So, yeah. Episode one oh, you know what? They fake you out. I thought it was over too the first time I saw it, like, "Oh, it's over." I thought they're gonna end it there.
Nope.
But doesn't it kind of feel like it should end there? Like, oh, like he got what was coming to him. But no, we have to give something to the kid. We got to bring this back. He's not scared. He's disobeying his father, which all this does is promote disobedience. It says,
He's
hey,
trying to pay his father's debt off, man.
if you go against the will of your parents, you get rewarded with a lot of money that's given to you from a demon witch from hell. And look, this kid's not scared. He opens the door to that. Well, I guess she's
Well,
handing him
she's handing him
cash.
money and pearls, and
But where's the mist? I'd be like, where is that smoke coming from?
he thinks it's a part of the haunted house.
How is that? It's very fitting though. He dressed as a bum, dude. I'm guessing
Yeah,
he's like a bum.
yeah,
What is he supposed to be?
I think so. Hobo.
Yeah, I don't think it's politically correct anymore. You can't say hobo.
You can't?
Financially challenged, maybe.
You can't say that anymore?
Residentially challenged. I don't think people say hobo. I don't think
Really?
people say hobo anymore. Yeah, bum definitely not.
They don't say bum anymore?
Which
Weird.
yeah, I don't think. I mean, I
Standardized
do.
Gideon, so he's been dead the whole time.
Wait. Hold on, hold on. What? He took it. He took it with him when he went.
Yep,
That's what it said. Wait, so he was dead the whole time?
yep.
No, he wasn't.
That's what they're implying.
No, he wasn't.
That's what they're implying.
But that doesn't no. I took it as that grave appeared there
It could have appeared there too, I don't know.
because if he's been dead the whole time, why are his business partners not acknowledging it? They were talking to him, Todd.
Come on, you've seen The Sixth Sense. I don't know.
Yeah. 2, make it 3. I'm not driving. It's like, what is this? It's like, no, because I think he was alive, and all these people were dealing with him. And yeah, I've seen The Sixth Sense, but we acknowledge that. So everybody in this show had The Sixth Sense
Okay,
because both of his business partners, the parents that came in, and the kids, they all acknowledged him.
you gotta
And
acknowledge
then
that this is a pilot episode, so this isn't an actual, in the season. This is just a
I,
pilot.
f-
I think
I
it's a pretty good
feel,
pilot, if you ask me.
yeah, I don't think it's a bad pilot, but I felt like it implied that it appeared there. Right? Kinda like Jack in the painting at the end of The Shining.
Yeah,
I think I don't think he was always there. I think they that the house absorbed him, right? And he was now part of the family. And because he was clearly, because if he's been dead this whole time and he was just a ghost tormenting people that they could all see, then what was the purpose of them coming and taking him to hell? He was already dead.
I don't know, man.
Raise it just raises too many questions. You don't understand. You were supposed to understand.
You're thinking way
And
too much into it, man. It's just a
that's my
pilot.
job. I'm a kid. That's my job. All right. So that was episode one, Trick or Treat. Let's answer a couple of questions before we round it out.
Yeah.
And I will say, for anybody that's here live, we're doing 2 episodes in a row. So don't go anywhere.
Nope.
But anyway, let's answer a couple of questions. Uh, Hold on. Dr. Giggles again. He torments them all year and then gives them false hope on one night. He enjoys their dashed hopes. Well, the way you paint it makes him look like a bad guy. You're making me feel
Well,
bad.
he is a bad guy.
If he's just dangling that carrot all year round, like,
Oh, you didn't think he was a creep, dude?
when I thought he was doing heinous stuff to those kids, the first 10 minutes, yeah, I thought he was a bad creep. But dude, was it worth going to hell over? Because
I don't know. The guy was obsessed with money and he ripped people off. So, I
okay,
mean, he
yeah, maybe
charged a guy an extra 2 cents for a coffee for crying out loud.
4 cents,
Four
4 pennies.
cents.
That's a great deal if you ask me, even in 1981.
83.
Even better. Hey, Gashido, you usually have to be cautious when some old man keeps telling you how much money he has. Dude, I know. But like I said, I think they kind of established that he wasn't anything more than a guy who just liked to he loved Halloween. We all love Halloween, right? Most people give you candy on Halloween. This guy was willing to give you money.
He was playing tricks on you.
Guys, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I don't really care. It was an okay episode. It's fine. Not in love with it. But as Todd said, it's a pilot. Pilots are supposed to show the potential,
Yeah.
right? And I don't know any show that I love that had like an amazing pilot. But when you watch a pilot and then you see what came after it, I'm like, oh, okay. Like this is the jumping point, right? The start off point, and they obviously got to grow. So I'm looking forward to getting further and further with it because there's classic episodes that are burned in my brain that I know come later.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how I feel about those. Now, spoiler alert: there's been a few episodes I have watched in more recent years that I remember like vividly as a kid that I'm like, this didn't age so well. So, but I'm looking forward to doing the real bird's eye view of the show and really taking it in. I want to see the growth of it. But anyway, that is going to wrap up this episode. If you're here live, stick around. We're doing a second one. If you're not, don't forget to subscribe, guys. Like the video, comment, help us out in those algorithms. We're happy to be doing commentaries again. Riverman and I are super excited, and we got a fire lit under our asses like never before. And as he mentioned, we are getting close to Halloween. We got to come up with some really
Oof,
fun stuff to do
yes, I
for
can't
October.
wait.
And but yeah, thank you guys for joining us along for the ride. Adios.